Okay, guys, I told you I was working on something cool for the MP7. So let's go ahead and check out what I've done to it. This is the MP7 from Bomb. This was the original one I first got. I've since also shown a couple that have a graffiti pattern or will be showing depending when these get posted. So there's a couple different options out there on Amazon, and this kit would work for either one. So this was a 3D kit made for airsoft. I was able to modify it. This one didn't take much modification at all for it to work on here, so that was cool. And then I also printed a separate grip that you can see here that adds some side rails. So I did have to put a couple tiny drill holes into the original unit here. But if you just did this top rail piece with the Strikeface, that doesn't take any sort of modifications. I'll tell you what I did, though, a little different with it for a couple different reasons. So let's check it out. All right, here it is. So you can see it's got that cool kind of strike face on it. I've shown you that before on other kits that I've made with like M4 variants, that kind of stuff. Got the side rails. So this is actually intended to take the place of this piece and just it would slide in. I didn't like how it fit. It didn't seem to fit flush against it how I wanted, where it seemed to fit flush against that black piece. So I left that black piece in there. And actually, I did do a slight modification on that black piece where I drilled a very small hole. So this whole thing does slide off. It's on there tight. It's obviously made so that you could use little screws, little bolts on the rail to keep it on there, but it's definitely on there tight. It's not going anywhere. I had to print the rail in a couple different pieces. And so then, you have to glue it together. But that turned out pretty good. So did that. Really all I had to do was maybe a little bit of sanding to make everything kind of fit flush there. But the reason I drilled the hole in the front of this is because, as you guys know, the battery goes in here. And of course, even with it in stock mode, you have to remove a bolt, slide this black piece off to get to the battery, and I didn't really like that. So what I did was I drilled a hole, and then a wire from the battery feeds through there. And then you'll see right here on this side, I went ahead and mounted this auxiliary plug. So you can see right there, there's a little auxiliary plug that this plugs into, right? So this is just kind of that type of auxiliary plug. And then I wired that to a harness. And then this is a 3D printed piece that has the battery in there. And it's actually kind of used a flashlight on the front there, because then this can just slide off. So again, it's on there tight, but that's how you could access the battery. And that way you could change the battery a little easier, I thought. So I thought that was just a cool way to get power to it. Still looks cool because it kind of looks like a flashlight there, and makes that access much easier. So you can still mount a bunch of accessories on the top. You do have these side rails as well, plus even these little mini front side rails if you wanted. Another iteration of the battery that I did was, here you go. Here you got a flashlight. It's actually got a battery inside there. Here's the plug that would plug into your auxiliary. And then in this case, I made it so that you would just take this whole piece off and you just go ahead and plug this directly in to the charger from here. So that was just another option. So of course I'd use a different type of harness, because this harness goes all the way in here and connects, but I would just use a different auxiliary plug that has a JST that I put on the end of it. So those are a couple different options for it. So again, I'll give you just a quick look at it. You've just got the full long rail here, the strike face here, side rails, and then you've got this grip that took the place of that other grip and added some side rails. So there were some slight modifications that had to be done to the blaster, but overall it wasn't too bad, and I don't really think it damaged the blaster. There would be two little visible holes there, and then that front hole, you could easily cover up with something if you needed to, if you decided to return it to stock. So that's my Bomb MP7 with my custom full rail strike face kit, and then this kind of Hera style grip on the front there. So what do you guys think? Do you like the battery location? I think that's probably the most The best part of this is the fact that it makes that battery so much more accessible. So when you need to switch batteries, you don't need to be doing any sort of unscrewing or removing large pieces, which I think is a great option. So let me know what you guys think. Comments, questions, please post them below. Of course, please like and share my channel, and make sure you're subscribed and you participate in all the giveaways. Thanks for the support. Okay, guys, this is my Binka Bomb MP7. This was the first MP7 I got, the first one that was really on Amazon. So it's not all gray. Went ahead and custom printed a little 3D printing kit. This was one STL on its own. Fit pretty close. I had to do some modification to make it actually fit around here because, again, it was probably intended for an airsoft. Did have to put 2 small holes into the actual shell of the gun here. This top rail piece is all one piece with the Strikeface. I know I've shown that to you in the video prior as well. So that can actually slide off and on without any issue. Got the battery over here in this flashlight attachment right there. That's actually where the battery is. You can see the battery plug. Put a little laser on there too. So let's just shoot it a little bit. I imagine we're going to have the same FPS. Of course, hitting 15 feet, no issues, accurate. 40 feet, accurate, no issues. Let's see where we're at on the FPS. It's going to be a little harder to line up because you can't see exactly where the barrel is. So this is consistently over 170, as high as about 180. So that's a little interesting because the other multicolor graffiti style MP7 wasn't getting above 170. So you do get a little more FPS with this one. So again, it's the Binka Bomb. We got my nice Strikeface custom kit on it. Comments, questions, let me know what you think. And of course, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.